Hey, y'all. I want to share something with you today that I think will bless you. I want to say thank you to everyone who's been praying for my eye. It's getting better little by little, and I know it's going to get totally better pretty soon. So thank you for that. I want to share this message with you today. I think it's going to bless you. Sometimes we get confused. We think, well, if God's doing it, why doesn't it just happen? Or if God's doing it, why do I have to do anything? No, that's not how it works. See, our actions, our works, God works with them, and he blesses them or multiplies them and does something great. As Christians, we live a supernatural life, but you can't remove the natural part of supernatural. You see, when we work, when we do things, and God blesses it, he puts his super on our natural, and he makes something amazing happen. Listen to this. This is in 1 Corinthians chapter 3. Paul's talking to the Corinthians, and he says that some are saying that I follow Paul, and another, I follow Apollos. He says, are you not being merely human? What then is Apollos? What is Paul? Servants through whom you believed, as the Lord assigned to each. I planted, Apollos watered, but God gave the growth. So neither he who plants nor he who waters is anything, but only God gives the growth. He who plants and he who waters are one, and each will receive his wages according to his labor. For we are God's fellow workers, and you are God's field, God's building. You see, in our labor in life, in our ministry, whatever it is, in our work with other people, our works do matter. What we do matters. But ultimately, it's God who gives the results, and it's God who gives the increase. Whatever you're doing for God, whatever you're doing in your life to fulfill the calling that he has on your life, just because God's there doesn't mean you don't have to act. But it does mean that when you act, when you give God something to work with, he blesses it and he gives the increase. You don't need to feel the pressure of trying to make everything happen. God will make it happen. Your part is simply to be faithful and give God something to work with. You see, the idea of blessing in the Bible is an idea of multiplication. If you give God something to work with, he can multiply it. If you give God zero times anything is zero. See, Paul talks that Apollos watered and that he planted, or that he planted and Apollos watered, but God gives the increase. You have your part to play. And this whole thing, life, everything about it is bigger than just you. We're all working together. We're God's field. We're God's building. We're his fellow workers. Live a faithful life to God. Do all the little things that he puts in front of you, and he will give the increase. You don't have to feel the pressure. Just be faithful. Trust God. Do what he puts in front of you, and you'll be amazed at the results.